Grr. I'm just kidding, guys. Don't worry. Hope you're not scared. What's going on, guys? Welcome, Rabid here. And today I'm going to be showing you guys how to set up the KS0. Now, I know there's a lot of unboxings, a lot of setup videos. I've done one in the past as well. But in this one, it's going to be different because I'm going to show you guys how to set this up in HiveOS. So there isn't any specific HiveOS firmware available for these Ice River Kaspa miners, but you can use HiveOS ASIC Hub, and it gives you full HiveOS flight sheet control on these Kaspa miners. So it's pretty sweet. So I'm going to show you how to get this done. Now, I do want to go over this. Looks like the newer model here, obviously, as it is the black fans, not the Noctua fans, or Noctua. You guys know what I'm talking about there. And then over here, we have a different power supply than my original. This one's actually kind of bigger and thinner than the other one I have. So I don't know if this is the crap power supply or the good one. I'm assuming this is the crap one because you guys said in my other video that the other one was the good one. But you know what? We'll have to just watch this and see how hot it actually gets. Now, I do want to point out that Coin Mining Central did send me out this miner to showcase for you guys. And they do have the KS0, KS1, KS2, KS3L, and KS3 on their website. Link in the description, and code rabidmining will grant 100 euros off your order. Prices do include shipping, as well as they drop the cost of the product when shipping, so reduce those import fees. All right, so the setup process is pretty simple. All you got to do is plug in two things: your Ethernet cable right there, and your power plug goes right there. I have both of them laid out right here. I'm probably just going to slide this thing in the back behind that other KS0 back there and let it run from that point. Now, I am still going to need a fan. So if I just come back over through this, I guess, e-waste compartment here, I do have some fans here in a box from AAAWAVE with a bunch of other things. So check out AAAWAVE as well if you're looking for parts. You can never have too many fans or anything. You never know when they'll come in handy. So I'm going to slap one of these on top of it as well. And I'm going to run it through this ZSX breakout board, just like I have that one there, because you can see on the side here, it does have the fan hubs kind of going down the side. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of dark. Yeah, you can kind of see the pins down there. All right, so it looks like we have everything set up. I got the fan on top over there. Everything is plugged in, the power, the Ethernet. I did plug it into the watt meter right here just so I can track it. It should use around 71 watts, so we'll see if the new versus the old uses more power, less power, or what. I also heard that the latest firmware that comes with the new miners and those fans actually doesn't ramp up the default fans that come with it underneath until it hits certain temperatures. So I'm wondering, before it even ramps up, if having that fan up top is back spinning those fans internally. You know, that could be a thing. It might not. I don't really know. You know, it could be something we could test some other time here, but we'll see if something breaks or not. That'll be some fun times. Well, actually, no, it won't, because I'm supposed to return it, but you know, we'll see what happens. So moving forward, everything looks like it's good to go. We're going to jump into the workstation and show you how to install ASIC Hub. All right, so like it was right when I finished recording that last segment there, and I can see we're already mining. That seems like this was a lot faster than, you know, the first one that I got. So maybe this firmware does kick in a lot quicker, but I can see we're at 72.6 watts if it would stay in focus here, but we are using a little over a watt more already. That's interesting. Maybe it'll cut down after some time. I do notice with any miner that I use, any ASIC anyway, that after about 2 or 3 hours, you do start using a bit more power once things start slowly heating up. Another thing I want to do is get in there and get the default address out of that and then check the wallet. I wonder if we can see how much pre-mining Ice River has actually done, if they have a large lump sum within that wallet address. So we're going to check that out as well. All right, so the first thing you are going to need is figure out the IP. You can use an IP checker, or you can use the built-in tool that you can download from Ice River's website. I just use my router, and the latest connection is always something new. It's known as unknown. All these Ice Rivers do come up as unknown on your network. So here you can see I have a new connection of 192.168.1.111. That's pretty simple to remember here. So I'm going to copy that. We're going to go into our browser here, paste that in, and it should bring up the dashboard for this ASIC. It doesn't look like it is. It is broken. So I'm probably going to have to go in and do a quick hard reset right off the get-go. So that sucks, but you know, that seems to happen. I did have to do this originally with some of them as well, but let's just jump in there. I'm going to do a quick hard reset and see if it pops up. All right, so we did a hard reset. It's still not working, but I got a trick for you if this happens to you. So if we double click up here, you can see that HTTPS, we're just going to remove the S to make it a non-secure connection, I guess. Enter that, bam. Here we are. And that's interesting that this is actually in English. Usually by default, it's in Chinese. So yeah, anyway, if you're unfamiliar how to even do a hard reset, you hold that middle button down for 15 to 20 seconds until the red light blinks. That way you know it's reset. So we have the default username and password, that is admin, and then the password is 1 through 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We should hit that login button. There we go. So we're all logged in here. Now let's just take a look at this Kaspa wallet address. I want to copy this ASAP and take a look at the Explorer. All right, so we are in the Kaspa Explorer. Let's paste that address in and see if they got any Kaspa stashed. And it looks like, what the, 4.8 million. So they got 4,822,267 Kaspa hanging out in their default wallet address here. Look at this, plus 2,000, plus 2,000, plus 21,000, plus 109, plus 2,000. This is interesting here, the 109. I wonder if someone turned on their ASIC and didn't change it around, so they're default mining to Ice River. You know, that happens quite a bit. People don't change their wallet addresses, but wow, 67,000, 109, another one, 128, 17,184. But anyway, regardless, that is the default wallet address, and we're seeing 4.8 million Kaspa currently hanging out in there. 201,000, oh, it just dropped. Kaspa price must have changed. $197,712 USD hanging out in their account. Crazy. That is crazy, guys. So, you know, I thought that'd be interesting to kind of check out. All right, so now we're going to set this up for HiveOS. And we don't need to do anything in the dashboard for this. I just went into the dashboard here because I wanted to copy over that address and see if we could see anything in Ice River's wallets. And we did see. And I was curious about this too. It looks like they did move over to Humpool. I did notice Humpool getting quite a bit of hash rate. You know what? Let's look at that as well, seeing how we're here. Let's go to mining pool stats. We're going to have a quick look here at Kaspa. And we're going to go into Kaspa here. Let's go to Humpool. Oh, Humpool dropped actually. Kaspa pool's back up. So, whoa, everything's getting a bunch of hash here. But you can see the steps coming up. So there is some crazy testing going on right here. Now, we do know F2 pool is Bitmain testing 100%. But it looks like they're trying to secretly hide stuff in Humpool as well. Humpool, you can't see the miners on there unless you specifically know the address, which we actually do now. Let's do this now. Let's copy that address into here and see if we can spy on some. Oh, there's only one online. The one I just did. Okay, so never mind. Pending balance is 34,000. Total paid here. What do we got here? 4.7 million. 1, 2, 3. What? Yeah. Only one worker online. So it looks like they pulled them all offline, but I guess we can get into here. Maybe I should leave this Kaspa address down in the description so you guys can actually track this as well. But you cannot track people's wallet address. You cannot look at individual miners on this pool. So Ice River is getting sneaky trying to use Humpool now when they used to be pretty much wide open on Kaspa pool. All right, so here's what you're going to do. If you want to install ASIC Hub onto any PC, simply come into HiveOn.com, ASIC Hub, click on Install Now. Now you're going to come up to here and choose your OS. For this, I'm going to be setting it up in Windows. It's a simple download, extract your zip type of thing. Double click it, and it just installs everything. You're good to go. Linux, all it is a simple command. So with this command, you can SSH into any of your current rigs on HiveOS, whether it's a CPU mining rig, GPU mining rig. If you know it's going to stay online, you can SSH in, just copy and paste this command in, and then go to the local host, and it's set up there as well. But again, I am going to be using Windows for this. So once you do download that, just extract it, and it'll give you the local host to actually link up to. All right, so once you do install that, this is what you will come up with. And adding a device is very easy. As you can see, I have an X16Q, the Jazz miners, as well as the KS01. So I'm just going to simply go to add device. This is where the IP comes back in. So we're going to go 192.168.1.111. Nice and easy on this. So we're going to add that. We're going to wait. And now you got to add in your login right here. So again, this admin, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to save that. and then just hit next. While this is waiting for next, the next step is your actual hash where you want this. Your hash is, you can set up a new farm if you want. Like I have Rabid mining ASIC farm. I got my CPU GPU farm. All you gotta do is go to the plus up here and add a new farm if you want to name it something else. I'm going to Rabid mining ASIC farm here. We're gonna go into our settings and then simply copy to clipboard. There we go. That's all I need. So now I'm going to come back into here, wait for this to finish loading, which it just did. And I'm just going to paste our farm hash in and then hit next. At that point, it will begin loading. Right there, you can see it's loaded. So now it's going to take a couple seconds here to actually detect and stuff. So I'm just going to go into my workers here, hit refresh a couple times until it does actually pop up. We'll see here in a few minutes. It should eventually pop up very soon. And we can see there it is. Now it was popped up there previously. You can just simply go back in there and you can see that's what the default name was. Now it's going to reset your ASIC all by itself. All by itself, it's going to redo its thing. But we're going to click on this by default. We got to rename this to whatever name you want. So I'm going to go into settings here quick and get rid of this. And now I'm going to go KS0 and then we're going to go 2. I'm just going to update the worker. All right, we should all be updated here. Looks like it. I'm going to go back into my ASIC farm and now we can see KS01, which is the one I already had, and KS02. Now it's going to reboot and do a bunch of things here. It'll take a few minutes to get up and running. If you don't yet have a flight sheet, you can simply get it going. If you don't have, or if you do have a flight sheet already set up and you're preparing for this, all you got to do is simply enable it. So here I have my Kaspa flight sheet. I'm just going to hit that and it will start connecting with my other Kaspa ASIC already. So nothing to do in the dashboard at all. This will do it all by itself. But if you want to look at the flight sheet, it's a simple process like any GPU mining flight sheet. You just come into here, add your coin, add your wallet. If you don't have a wallet, simply click on add wallet, paste your wallet in, name it whatever the heck you want, hit the create button. It will then pop up in the drop down list there, select your pool and then select ASIC miner and then make sure your config is set. It should do everything by default, but if not, make sure everything kind of looks like this: your pool address, your wallet.worker name, and then update and send it to the moon. So right now that's it. That's all we had to do. We can see ASIC pools and worker config updated successfully. Again, it is going to do a restart and a reboot on your actual worker, so that's totally fine if you start to see it go offline a couple times or something here, but within 5 or 10 minutes everything should be up and at them. And at that point you can now run your Kaspa ASICs, swap pools, move them around, and do everything on the go from the mobile app while you're at work, whatever you want. You don't have to have access to your network anymore to control your Kaspa ASICs. Now, if we actually go back to our dashboard, it'll still show the other stuff. Hit the refresh button and this will pop up. You'll see pool 2 and 3 say null. I recommend always just setting a main pool. I know everyone says set a backup pool, another backup pool. I check my rigs pretty often, but people have had issues with a lot of miners, not just these Kaspa ASICs, where it's going offline, coming online, doing funky things. And I just run one pool and it seems that that fixes everything. I don't run into any kind of crazy errors by setting multiple pools. So, you know, do whatever you want. You can set those, but keep in mind it may run into some sort of issues. But you can see the flight sheet set everything up all on its own. We didn't do anything within the Ice River dashboard at all. It was all done within HiveOS. Now, if I go straight into the pool, we can see here we have the KS01 and the KS02. It's all set up. We're mining to the same pool. Everything's looking all good. Now, within here, we still might not be set up yet. And see, not quite yet, but we can see it is now loading Kaspa. Again, it's going to take a few minutes until all this kind of sorts itself out and realizes what's going on, but everything is working as intended. We're seeing accepted shares. We're seeing our priority here. Nothing rejected. Everything is as it should be. So a nice, simple process, pretty easy to set up. All you need is really the IP address, and HiveOS ASIC Hub here will do everything from there. All right, guys, so there we have it. Fast and easy. Kaspa ASICs are now in HiveOS rocking away. Now, I do want to point out also, there is a $2 fee per ASIC that you actually add into HiveOS. Now, you might think, oh, that's too much, but that's $2 per month. That's actually still cheaper than one of your GPU rigs or something, which I don't even have running. You know, those things used to be a thing at one point in time. Not so much anymore. I'm just kidding, guys. Don't get mad. Don't hate me. Please hit that thumbs up on the way out. But thank you for checking out this video, guys. Coin Mining Central, if you need some of these, has your back. Be sure to use those links down in the description. I will see you on the next one. Rabid out.